Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown, which is brought to you today by Ectio. So click to check them out. They have some fantastic shoes with built-in ankle support that will help you stay healthy and in the game. Now let's talk about the Miami Heat defense because there's a big problem in my mind how they defend the pick and roll. They love to double the ball handler and put pressure on them, which definitely gets them turnovers, but when a team is prepared in a 7-game series in the playoffs, they'll get a lot of easy shots like we'll show you. A lot of the research was done by my man Seth over at Where Offense Happens on Twitter, so definitely give him a follow. Great insight. He actually joined us on a live audio commentary during the Spurs game last night, and we'll do more of that. So follow him and make sure you get some of his insights because he's contributing all over the place on B-Ball Breakdown. When LeBron decided to take his talents to South Beach and create the Big Three, everyone pictured the exciting offensive possibilities. But beyond the transition threes and flying death machine, head coach Eric Spoelstra did something even more impressive. He was able to get 5 pros to exert maximum effort on just about every defensive possession. And the pressure worked, harassing teams into live ball turnovers that led to high-flying acrobatics. More importantly, it served to mitigate their flaws, like getting out-rebounded by large margins on a nightly basis. You can see how the Heat like to blitz the ball handler in a screen and roll, then zone up the weak side with the other 3 defenders. If the ball handler isn't ready for it, this defense causes all kinds of havoc. After enough time, teams have started to adjust to the Heat's blitzing defense, running the equivalent of a screen pass to invite the defense to get out of position so the offense can run a 4-on-3 half-court fast break. Both Indiana and San Antonio exploited this and put them both on the brink of eliminating the Heat in last year's playoffs. This year, we look at the 10 worst defensive games the Heat played. And while Ethan Skolnick reported that the Heat had gone away from their blitzing package around January 2nd, 6 of the 10 games occurred after this date, indicating they have continued to blitz and give up the short roll. Let's get a handle on what the short roll is and how it works well against the Heat's defense. Watch the screener's man aggressively pick up the ball handler. Once the ball handler's man gets around the screen, he ignores the screener and runs to the ball. If you can get the pass to the roll man in the lane, the Heat have virtually no rim protection and a good power forward can exploit this. Teams have stretched their other 3 players to the weak side, opening up the elbow once the 2 Heat defenders try and jump the ball, which doesn't bother a player like Durant much. Teams like Charlotte set more than one ball screen, simply meant to pack the defense in tighter before they find the opening when Zeller short rolls to the high post area and gets fouled. Since teams know the screener's man is going to jump the ball, screeners have been slipping the screen, cutting right to the middle early to receive the pass before the defense has time to rotate. And again, because there is no rim protector on the Heat, athletic forwards can slip this screen and have success getting all the way to the rim. Now, let's look at these 10 games and compare it to their overall defensive efficiency. As you can see, the Heat have their worst defensive games when the roll man comes into play, allowing 1.05 points per possession, which would rank them 25th in the league. Another problematic offshoot of this over-aggressive defense is the threes they give up. Currently, they give up the second most corner 3 attempts in the league, and it's a direct result of relying on getting out of position to force turnovers. Teams have figured out that releasing pressure with a diagonal pass to the roll man forces the kinds of rotations that leave the corner open. While there is a little evidence of the Heat dialing back their aggressiveness on the pick and roll, it is all just a way to conserve their energy so they can run it constantly in the playoffs. So this is what teams will do to prepare for the Heat. They will get a little movement before welcoming the double team on a pick and roll, slip the pass to the short roll near the elbow, and take advantage of the Heat's lack of adjustments. The Heat have managed to come out on top despite giving up tons of offensive rebounds and corner threes. So either they're onto something here, or they've just been dodging a bullet. So there you have it, sports fans. If you want to rely on forcing turnovers, especially in the playoffs in a 7-game series, it's kind of like you're a jump shooting team hoping that you're going to get hot, because when the teams get better deeper in the playoffs, they don't turn the ball over as much, and all of a sudden those rebounding issues come up real big time, and certainly those corner 3 attempts that you're giving up. So we'll see if the Heat will adjust or not, but we haven't seen them adjust at all in the playoffs, really, on that pick and roll defense. And it's frustrating because I feel like they'd be even better if they would just play ice and contain, and they may even save some energy on the defensive end and play better on the offense. So it remains to be seen if I'm going to be right or not, but I'm telling you right now, it's a problem for the Heat, and we'll see if the other teams can exploit it. Well, thanks for joining us. Lots more coming up in the rest of this month up into the playoffs, sports fans, so don't miss it. And don't forget, at B-Ball Breakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?